Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weisheidt, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. And you know, we get to the heat of the summer. We know that there's some good things going on in our community, and we know there's something really big coming up for July the 4th. Glad to have Dean Schwest here with us today. Hey, Dean, thanks for joining us.
No, glad to have you, man. I'm excited about being here, getting to spread the word a little bit about this stuff, man.
That's a good thing.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, Dean. Y'all have so many good things going on, and you and I are fortunate, since we live right there in the lakes, we're so glad to see everything happening in the Bayou Country Sports Park. And as the director there, tell us a little bit about what's happening this summer.
Yeah, so we're finishing up a big project right now in the boys baseball complex. That complex will be complete in the next few weeks. We'll have concessions stay in common area, and it'll be a completed complex. We can start to promote some travel ball baseball as well as travel softball that we've already been doing. So
right.
We've had some amazing tournaments over the spring. We've had a lot of people coming in the community using our facilities and using our hotels and restaurants. So it's been a real positive spring so far. And then that kind of leads up to our 4th of July that we're coming up with as we this next week, you know.
It's exciting. Listen, I can tell you, I know that people have been coming in. We see the volume of the parents and the watchers for all of the softball tournaments, and now we're going to have it for both softball and baseball.
Exactly.
So it's exciting to have that one finished. And, you know, for all those people that are always questioning, oh, why do we need both? And, you know, all of those kind of naysayers, but this is a big deal because those travel ball teams, they play every weekend.
Yeah, and you know, having the access to 2 complexes, a total of 10 fields, and they're universal fields. So, you know, we call one baseball, we call one softball.
Right.
When we bring in a tournament like we did a couple years ago with 80 teams, we need 7 to 8 fields, and we only had 5. So we had to kind of spread them out throughout the community in other areas, and they were kind of a little iffy about doing that.
Right.
Now we can bring them in here and set them all up in the same facility. So.
Same place.
Yep.
Same place.
Yep.
That's nice. I know things are going well. The splash pad is there. The lake is there. The beach is there.
Yep. Gonna put fish in there. We just stocked it with some catfish about 3-4 weeks ago. Everybody's loving the splash pad. It's been on since Easter, actually, on weekends, and the beach area. Just, you know, it's an everyday thing. Every afternoon they got somebody out there enjoying the sunset out there. So yeah, it's a good background for coming up with this fireworks show. You know, it gives somebody to just sit out there and enjoy the whole afternoon. They ain't coming just to watch fireworks.
Right. And so let's talk a little bit about that. This is now going to be the second year in a row that we have this here at the sports park. I know we did a lot of work last year. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Again, that's the 4th of July, the Good Earth Festival, which is going to take place right there at the Bayou Country Sports Park. Let's talk a little bit about what people can expect.
Yeah, so we'll probably out there all morning, but noon on, there'll be activities going on. Start time, we call in 3 o'clock. But the vendors will be out there at 12 o'clock setting up. We'll be having tents set up at 12 o'clock. Actually, bands will start playing that too, just to give us some music to kind of enjoy. Right. People are going to be coming out there early to get a good spot, so we want to give them something to enjoy themselves with. Food's going to be ready 12:30, 1 o'clock. But kickoff time will be 3. We have bands starting at 2. We're going to start with PBR Plus, which is a new little band that just got together here in town, local band. They're going to kick off the show at 2, play till about 3:15, and that's kind of when we're going to announce the kickoff, do a little national anthem. By that time, we expect some pretty good crowds. And you know, last year, this event drew probably 8,000 folks.
Yeah,
it was a huge event.
It was, and so from us that are right there, we got the best of both worlds. We can kind of go and come, but we've got so many people. The other good thing I want to mention, Dean, you guys have really done a great job of thinking ahead with parking.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons we decided to move this thing. You know, we've done it at the Civic Center in the past, and and it was never really on the 4th. The Civic Center's got a good little parking pad, but when you're talking 8,000 vehicles, you're talking about on the side of the streets, you're talking about people's yards. This facility is 160 acres of open field.
Yep.
You know, so you can park anywhere in it. You can park toward the back. You're not going to be too far away from the fireworks. You'll still hear the music back there. I've got families that are going to set up on the beach, put out a little beach tent like they in Pensacola, and just enjoy the beach, let the kids use the splash pad. There's bathrooms right there for them, so they don't have to hustle to one of the brought-in bathrooms that we have. They can enjoy the whole afternoon right there. And then when the fireworks start, fireworks can be right there in front of them. So.
Yeah. The other good thing is, as we talk about parking, we talk about food and bands, the flow is so good. You've got people that have access, like you said, to the bathrooms. If you've got part of that family that wants to enjoy the beach, you can do that. You want to enjoy the splash pad. Heck, if you got several kids, one likes the beach, one likes the splash pad, one likes to fish, they can do all of those things at one time.
And actually, what we've added this year since the last year event, we actually have 3 sand volleyball courts.
Oh, that's right. The sand volleyball courts.
So, you want to come out there. I've had families out there on weekends just playing pickup volleyball games on sand volleyball courts. So just a lot of other things to do while you're enjoying the afternoon waiting for and you can hear the bands from the whole facility.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You're not going to be in front of them watching them, but you may not want to. You might want to get away from the loudness of it and set up somewhere else, enjoy the afternoon. And so, like I said, we got PBR Plus coming in. And then at 3:30, 3:15, 3:30, we've got New and the Wild Matus coming in, another little local band that really brings a good little crowd, nice little mix of music.
Before we go through the rest of the lineup, I want to cut you off for a second. I want to mention how parking was such easy for everybody else. Parking for all of your vendors and for the stage and that crew. Yeah. Because you've got that wide open field, they can just, it makes access so much easier for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And, ice trucks, whatever all of that stuff's going to make it easier.
They set up, we had last year, we had them set up from the back of the facility to the front of the facility. And it was, you didn't have to worry about being parked on the side of the road.
Right,
you know
it was convenient.
You were inside a safe, convenient area, with 2 exits when it's time to leave. You're not stuck with all trying to get out one area. You know what I'm saying?
So, Dean, we'll take a short break, if that's all right. I want to come back, talk a lot more about this festival. So stick around. Dean will do that. We'll come right back here on Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere.
From the moment you walk into the showroom floor at Trapp Cadillac, you understand our commitment to providing a truly exceptional experience for all returning and new customers.
Our goal is to make sure you're always comfortable while understanding the entire process of getting into your new Trapp Cadillac.
When you drive a Trapp Cadillac, you know performance, bold styling, and our assured commitment to service.
One thing you can always count on here at Trapp Cadillac is our excellent service experience.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very much. And glad to have back with us Dean Schwest, the director over of our Bayou Country Sports Park. Dean, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I really enjoy being here and getting put the word out on this.
Absolutely. Well, you got so many different programs that happen all over, and excited about that. This particular event is one of those things. You mentioned something in the previous segment. There's 2 exits when people leave, and it makes life easier. And again, we're talking about the Good Earth July the 4th Festival over at the sports park. But there's 2 exits. The other good thing about that is everybody's in one area. It's a large area,
correct?
But everybody's in one area, and it's monitored.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's safe.
Yeah, and look, when we talk safety, we have to go the extra mile. So we actually hire a pyrotech company that has $2 million insurance policy that is covered. He's make sure he takes care of stuff. So, and anything that's done, the state fire marshal comes in and stands there and hangs out with him as well. So like last year, state fire marshal there spent the whole afternoon with him, making sure he set up correctly, making sure everybody was a safe distance, making sure we had everything roped off and caged off. After the event was over with, he made sure everything went out to make sure it was dispersed and cut down. We had The local fire department, Bayou came with the truck, stayed there for the event to make sure everything was safe. So we make sure we take all precautions.
Yeah, really big deal. And I know we're excited about that. We talked about all the different things that people can do. But the festival itself, I know it starts at 3, but you said music's going to start around 2 o'clock.
Yeah, music.
A new band, you said?
Yeah, a new band called PBR Plus is going to kick off. And look, I thank our sponsors big time for that, because they were able to come in and foot the bill for this. You know, if Chevron and Tita came in, they paid for the fireworks. They're my fireworks sponsor, and we appreciate them. We had Terrebonne General, and
we're glad for all of the sponsors.
Yes. You know, we had Terrebonne General and also Sanac Marine came in to pay for the entertainment. So you know, without them, we couldn't take any entertainment. So we appreciate them coming in. So we've got PBR Plus starting off at 2-ish,
and then the event really starts at 3 to 3:15.
Yeah,
we're going to do the official.
We're going to do an official announcement at 3, but we want to make sure people that are coming early. We know people's coming early for a good parking spot, a good seat. Bring your own blankets, bring your own little tents. Come on, we got big tents set up with fans. But for anybody that wants to come and set up an own little organization, own little group, bring your own stuff. Bring some chairs, get set up, and get comfortable, because we're going to be out there all afternoon.
Right.
You know,
so after the official kickoff of the festival, a little bit after that, again, it's free admission from 3 to 9. Of course, fireworks at 9 o'clock, food and live music up until 9. But Knocknoo and the Wamatus are going to start right after we finish the
we'll do
intro.
The national anthem. We actually have some horses parade through.
Oh my!
I actually have something else I'm working on that I'm gonna surprise everybody.
All right.
Hopefully
so a Dean Schwest surprise.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a sports park.
Okay.
So I have a local sports organization that we're going to parade through there for their championship that they won. That's the hint I'm going to put.
Okay. All right. That's the hint for those of you watching.
Yeah.
Bringing that up for those who won something here recently. Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah.
I like that. So after Knocknoo, who we got playing?
We got Knocknoo Wamatus finishing up about 5:30, and then we have Junior Lacrosse.
Nice
guy coming in.
Yeah, people love Junior.
Junior's going to play from 5:30 to 7, and closing the show we got Rock and Doopsie.
Oh wow!
He was here last year.
Yep.
He was huge. He contacted me. He called. He would not stop calling. I want to come back to Houma. He's like, other people asking, but I want to see if you say no first. I'm like, I don't want you back.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
He's about it. He's pretty excited.
Now, look, when you've got basically, they play nationally. I mean, Rock and Doopsie plays all over the place. They love his music everywhere. But when you have somebody that's calling you, saying, hey, can you make sure I'm coming in?
Yeah.
Can you make sure I got a spot on the docket?
Are we doing this again? And if so, am I still involved?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
very nice.
Excited, yep.
Very nice. And so they'll finish up before the fireworks?
Yep. Yeah, he'll finish up. And as he finishes up, like last year, he'll make the announcement. Everybody turn and kind of tell y'all where to look towards, and we're going to kick off the fireworks at that time.
Wow.
So,
Great to finish with him.
Same thing with the fireworks. We had a decent, gorgeous show last year.
Yes, we did.
We've been able to put a little more into it. So it'll be a larger show this year.
A bigger show this year.
Yep.
Wow.
So pretty excited about it. Hopefully the word gets out there. We want everybody to know it's free to the public, and it's Thursday.
It is on Thursday, officially July the 4th.
July the 4th. So there's no other events going on in Terrebonne Parish that day. Come out and enjoy us.
Yeah, and I got to tell you guys, being somebody much like Dean who lives close by to there, we take a great deal of pride in the sports park. It's always clean. It's always a great family time. And these festivals are terrific. We get the best of all worlds right there. Really great music, good food. And like you said, not only are you going to have some surprises for people, but we also have some excitement as it relates to the fireworks that are going to be a little bigger and better this year, and a great musical lineup. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, this year is going to be a little bigger than what it was last year. We're expecting more folks, of course. So we're trying to prepare for that, make sure we're ready. We got a little extra added barricades and safety involved. We got some cops going to be there to take care of every kind of thing. So I think we online to let this thing just grow on its own and have legs. You know?
Well, it does. And listen, when one of your top billers, one of your top performers in the state calls you and says, "Hey, can I come?" and they're the headliner again for the next year, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, I was tickled when I got the phone call. You know, he was like, "Hey, look, you know," he said, "We doing this again this year?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm planning on it." I said, "I hadn't really started with the footwork yet." He's like, "Look, if you're doing it, I want to come back." You know, he said, "Let me know as soon as you know, so I don't double book." So we kind of put him on the schedule quick, and it was an easy fit.
Wow, I love it. I love it. All right, Jay, to flyer one more time. July the 4th, on that day, the 4th of July, you can come out, free admission, 3 to 9. You can come out all day to Bayou Country Sports Park. has lots to offer. Dean and his team will make sure it's safe. We'll make sure everybody has a wonderful time. 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, fireworks at 9. Dean, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me.
You got it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
Jack Bay down to Point Ocean, Thibodeau to Grand Caillou, HTV's part of you. Bayou Black down through Dulac, Southland Mall to City Hall, we'll bring the news to you. Raceland, St. Charles, Bayou Blue, Morgan City and Assumption too, where sugar cane is grown. So much to see on HTV. Stick with us 'cause we're your home.